Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous day-to-day grind, prime time grind time. It's all about the credits, content galore from now through the end of the year, and it's gonna take the credits. As you can see, we're at 9.236 and we have enough missions to take to New Dawn for another 18 million. So see, that's pretty good. So yes, it had cut back, and it's still, if we didn't stack missions, there would be times we wouldn't have missions. It's, because some of the times we come back there's not any, and then other times there's more than enough. So you just have to collect as many as you can. You can collect up to 20, and that's what we need to do now, is just collect those for the future to make sure we don't completely run out, because we need to keep grinding. Okay, so let's see, we'll take gold and palladium, like that one. See, 10.491 million just for carrying 180, and the Python carries 280, so that's really nice. Yeah, I'll take all the palladium I can get. So you take them when you can. That means you're just accepting the contract, but you're not delivering it yet. You have 24 hours to deliver it. And then Babbage, 6 million for 144. See, our cargo hold is already full of missions going to New Dawn, so we can't take any more. I do want to thank all of those that have been watching. Just since March the 26th, our viewership has increased by over 10 times, and it keeps climbing. So I'm very grateful and honored that you would watch my videos. This is 10.5 million to Babbage. So don't take much when you can take those 10.5 pluses, or 10.5 each, plus the additional 100 units that I have available on the Python. Okay, well, that's all we can carry for now. So this left, we have 12 out of 20. Show you what we got right now. Just trying to make sure we get over that 9.25. So we have a 180 of gold, which is 8.2. We have Boom, 72 of gold, which is another 2.7, so that's 8.9, 10.9. And so this one would be 11.3, so 18.3. 18.7, 19.7. If I didn't miss something there, it's pretty close, and all we need is 13.5, so we should have more than enough. And the reason we're grinding is the content. Fleet carriers are out in beta as of April the 7th, and this is April the 15th. Fleet carriers are in beta, so make sure you watch the series My Fleet Carrier, because I've been using one and it's quite amazing, but it's very expensive, and hopefully Frontier has mentioned that they might lower the price of upkeep and possibly the price of the fleet carrier. So we'll see. They said they might even do it before this beta is over. Now, this beta is for PC users only. There's another beta in May for PC and console users, and we will be doing that beta also. They take a snapshot about 2 weeks before the beta. Well, this current beta, we were at 6.3 billion. That wasn't enough. Each of the services cost, for an example, shipyard. You have to have that if you're going to have your ships on the carrier. You have to have shipyard. Well, it's over 400 million just to activate it. And then it adds to the upkeep. And the outfitting is about 300 million. And that's just to store your modules. And I have, currently in live, I have over 80 modules now because we added 3 more Pythons. So we'll have support ships for the next beta, hopefully. The only reason we wouldn't if they took the snapshot, say, day before yesterday for May's beta. But we have a cargo version, which is this one. And then we have a Explorer version, a mining version, and a Planetary landing version. So you can just jump in that support ship and go from the carrier. So that's pretty cool. If you'll watch the preparing for videos in the last few days, you'll see that we purchased, we were at 9.167, and we purchased those 3 Pythons, and it dropped to 9.0, so I grinded a little bit and got it back up to 9.167. So we're just yesterday we made it up in grinding, and now we're at 9.236, and we're fixing to go to 9.250. So we just keep grinding as one of our series, because we need all the credits we can get for all of this new content, because we got space legs and planetary personal bases and being able to land on atmospheric planets all by the end of the year. Now that'll be a DLC, is what we hear. Just like Horizons was a DLC, so you had to pay extra, so you have to buy the Elite Dangerous base game, and then you have to buy Horizons to land on planets, and then you will have to buy this new one like in December for the space leg, so you can run around your ship. See, I'm strictly VR. I'm not going to do anything but VR games, because this is the way to do it for me. For an example, I can turn and look behind me, and you see the ship. With space legs, I'd be able, while I'm physically sitting in my chair, get up and walk around and go through those doors and look at the screens. And hopefully the screens will work when we have space legs. And so I'm immersed into the game as if I'm really there. I'm really in the year 3306. It really feels that way. So it's pretty nice. It really is. So I'm going to keep bringing you the content. But to participate in the betas, you need, what I understand is you need about 7.5 billion to use all the services but black market, because I don't need the black market. So I had to take all the services but black market. If you added all the ships in the game and all the modules in the game into your market where you could sell them, you would need an additional 26 billion just for all the ships and all the modules added. It's already 7.5 to have the fleet carrier with the services, but then add another 26 billion on top of that if you wanted to sell all the ships and all the modules. So it's crazy. My current upkeep on my fleet carrier is 127 million a week. 127 a week million. So that's crazy. So that's why we need a huge balance, because my goal is that I'm able to purchase in the May beta, that I'm able to purchase the fleet carrier. I'm able to add all the services except for black market. I'm able to add between 5 and 10,000 tritiums into the storage. So there's 1,000 in the fuel tank, and you have up to 25,000 in storage, but your ships and everything take up space. And right now mine are taking about 7,000 tons, and when I add the 3 additional pythons, it could go as high as 8. So I could have 17,000 tons left. So let's say I do say 13,000 tons in additional tritium, so fuel, and I have the upkeep for a year. So my guess it's going to be about 9 or 10 billion for all of that. And then I'm starting all over my balance. I have to start all over again. So we have to grind. And then when the space legs and the planetary bases and landing on atmospheric planets and all of that come out at the end of the year, I'm sure we're going to need many more credits. So we really need to grind. And every 50 million, I bring out another video that you can watch, and we kind of go through what we know at the moment about fleet carriers, space legs, planetary bases, and landing on planets with atmosphere. I bring that to you every video based on what I know at that time. So what I have learned through the forums and the Frontier Forum, because even the management and development will come on there and share more about the game, what's coming up, more about what they tend to do with fleet carriers. There's plenty of holes in fleet carriers, especially price. And universal cartographics is not included in the fleet carrier. That is a must. They need to add that, even if it's just a storage of universal cartographics, where you can store them while you're exploring outside the bubble. Because now, if you get killed with universal cartographics on your ship, you lose that. You don't lose the material, but you do lose the universal cartographics. Now, material is the engineer's material, not your cargo. You lose your cargo too. So you can store today, you can store your cargo, but you can't store your universal cartographics on the fleet carrier. So keep watching all my videos. You'll see both. I'm going back and forth between the day-to-day grind, prime time grind all the time, and my fleet carrier. So what I'd want to do on the next fleet carrier video is to do some planet exploration. That means we go land on a planet, we run around the planet and shoot up rocks and collect materials for the engineers and synthesis. If we see any skimmers or stingers, we shoot at them to help our cis-right combat rating. Cis-right. Voice attack is just as broken. Combat rank is competent at 18%, and I've made all of that through skimmer stinger bounty hunting. And then trade rank of elite and explorer of elite, and we got 9.236 billion. So if you come along, I'll show you how to do it the easiest way, the least combat way. So I'm more of a trader explorer, not a combat expert. So actually the next rank after competent, I believe, is expert. I won't be an expert. Even if I get to expert, I'm not going to be an expert. Just saying. But we need to deliver this stuff. But be sure to look to the bottom right of your video and you'll see a subscribe button. I need that. At a certain point, when I have a minimum subscriber, which YouTube keeps going up on that, they will start supporting my channel. And it doesn't cost you anything, and you also get notified when I produce more videos. I need your subscriptions. And underneath the video in the description, you'll see a way to donate. Please consider donating. With the production cost and the audio cost and the software and hardware and the storage that we have to have for all these videos, it's in the tens of terabytes to store just 3 months worth of videos, especially when you have over 535 like I do. It's probably over 540 by now. I haven't counted in the last few days. So I mean, it's enormous cost, and if you could help us out there. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you'll find those over 535 or 40 videos as of the publication of this video. So please go along with me and watch the videos. Like I said, our viewership is up over 10 times. So I really appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate those that have donated, and I appreciate those that have watched our 535 plus videos. It's really awesome. So let's get going. I think we are ready. We're not going very far, just between Sothis and Cios, so we could go many trips without refueling, but we have refueled and we do advanced maintenance to make sure our chip's in tip-top shape.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines. Frameshift drive charging.
So we're gonna make over 18 million on this one run alone. If I wasn't doing videos, I could do these every 15, 20 minutes.
2, 1, engage.
I know when they talk it's a little loud so you can't hear me, but I can do these runs like every 15, 20 minutes, especially if I wasn't doing videos. If I was just grinding. Just like yesterday, I bought those 3 pythons, and it was 167 million because I had modules that were modded, so I didn't have to buy a lot of modules because I already had them. And at some point we'll run around. I have videos on going to the engineers, and I mod more than just what I need. I'll mod them and store them, mod them and store them, mod them and store them, because I can use them again like in other ships, like I did yesterday, or in yesterday's video, so you'll have to watch those. And we have an interdictor on our tail, and I do have videos of over 7 interdictions between the sun and the destination, a single super cruise run. I have 7 interdictions. It's crazy. So it's just like if you got up in the morning and got in your car to go to work or to the store, and you were hijacked or carjacked up to 7 times just going to the store. That's what it's like for me. Well, like I've said, I live in a state where you can protect yourself. Why would you live in a state that you can't protect yourself? So those carjackers would meet my 44 Magnum if I got carjacked that many times. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, problem in this game, even if you killed them, if you combat them. Now for me, I would have up to 4 that would come out of Super Cruise on me at the same time, because I've had that happen when I've lost the interdiction. And yes, you max and you boost as often as you can, and you try to get back in Super Cruise, and sometimes your ship's too hot because they use thermal weapons. And you see I have heat sinks there to the left, and I have them mapped to voice. Sys left. And when it calms down, I use Super Cruise Assist. We watch our sensor. I know I lose my thought from time to time, but it might come back. Yeah, in real life I don't talk a whole lot. That's what my family says. They're just so shocked that I'm doing YouTube videos, and I've had over 2,000 unique viewers, meaning different viewers have watched my videos. Yeah, YouTube gives us analytics, so get an idea of how many viewers, how many views, all those things. And I've had over 2,000 different people watching my videos. Especially for someone that normally, see, I'm a kind of homebody, and I have a job that it's an on-call job, so I only have to work when I'm needed. So sometimes, some days, I have to work more than other days, and on my day job, so I don't get to make as many videos. And the days I don't have on-call work, I can do videos. So we're going to go to New Dawn and unload these this cargo. We have 280 units of cargo for over 18, I think it's 19, but somewhere between 18 and 19 million if I counted it right. But it's close enough. I mean, it gets us over the 8.25 billion. I do like this station because it's got the engines on the back. This one would probably cost 100 at least. 100
Romeo
billion.
Golf India. You're clear for approach, Commander. Submit a request and enjoy your stay.
Some have said they think it would cost $1 trillion. Sys left. Well, I can grind, but not $1 trillion.
Authorization. Go for approach to pad 37. You are go for automated docking. Enjoy the ride, Commander.
I was trying to imagine 1,000 billion. No, I can't imagine that. It's hard enough making billions in credits. I couldn't imagine trying to make $1 trillion. The most I think that somebody in the game has got, like Mark's MARZ or something like that, that has over 100 billion. Yeah, that's hard to imagine. I have 2,200 hours in this game, and if I hadn't started twice, I'd probably have about 12 to 15 billion.
Landing gear deployed.
Well, I've bought 2 other copies of Elite Dangerous and Horizons, so I would just use one of those other copies if I restarted again. I do have a series out called The Beginnings, and that's where I took one of those copies.
Landing operation complete. Power down your engines. Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
And I've made a series for the beginner from day one, going through the tutorials and going through the Pilots Federation and all that. So if you're new to the game, watch those. It'll help you get started. We start with the basic Sidewinder. Actually, I still have that Sidewinder because you can't sell it because they've loaned it to you. I doubt I'll ever use it, but it's on, even in beta, it's on my carrier, my fleet carrier. Now, because of the videos, and because they're up by over, the viewership's over 10 times, I am creating videos every day, which I did before anyway, because I wanted enough videos on enough content that people would have things to watch. And now we have over 535 videos, probably over 540 by now, since the last time I counted them. See, we need less than 2 million, and I believe we still have some more. Yep, right there. There's an 8 million right there, so that'll do it. And it was a partial, that means we had delivered part of it in a previous run. So now we're at 9.256. So the next video we'll do is when we're getting close to 9.3 billion. Again, we need all the billions we can get. Is this right? Is this right? Voice attack works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. And I keep training the voice part in Windows in the speech recognition, and that's supposed to help, but it doesn't. And there's no return from here to Sothis. There is from Brunel and Babbage at times. So we need to get back to Sothis mining, and then we'll complete this video. Sis left. In the beta, on that last planet, there's 2 fleet carriers beside of it. And I went and visited them because they were open to all. I was attacked outside of both of them. So be careful when you're doing that. When you're visiting someone's fleet carrier, you can be attacked. And I'm in solo. So I was attacked by the NPC, I guess NPC pirates. Now the second one, boy, that was bad. They just, ship just started opening fire. And I had to get out of there quick. I had to do the max speed, the boost as often as I could, and get back into Super Cruise. Yeah, that was crazy. They took out a ring of my shields. And most of the time I don't lose more than 2 rings while I'm running away, because I have modded shields and modded hull and modded engines and thrusters and FSD, and I get about 50 light years on my jumps when I put on the Guardian FSD booster. I don't carry that unless I'm traveling, because it takes so much more power and an extra space in the optional modules. Okay. Be sure to look to the bottom right and select that subscribe button. I need subscriptions. We're getting the hours. We're not quite at the minimum for total hours yet, but we're going faster on hours watched, but I need more subscribers. Doesn't cost you anything.
Landing gear retracted.
Helps with
Clear of the
YouTube.
landing pad. Observe queuing system when exiting the station.
Yeah, what I hear and what you hear is 2 different things. The voices are much louder when I'm editing the video than they are in my headset. So someday I'm going to figure out how to manage both of them at the same time. It's supposed to be capturing from the main sound, but it's louder for some reason.
Roger, Commander. You are clear to leave.
Sis left.
DeLacy, Romeo Golf, India. This is Federal Flight Control. You're clear for approach. sure you submit a request before touching down, Commander.
Yeah, because it takes so much time to edit, I might miss things now because I'm just cutting out,
charging.
like when I cough, and because I have allergies. My allergies this year are just terrible. Terrible. And so I might miss a little. I try not to.
3, 2, 1, engage.
I'm just trying to produce so much content. As I get comments at times that says, you need to produce more videos. It's like, really? These are about an hour a piece, and I do up to 5 to 6 of them. And try to do the editing and publishing and things. You know, I can't do that many. I mean, go back and watch some of the other 540 videos plus. There's plenty, and it's all since January, so it's new content. It's just left. You know, about working with the engineers, the material traders, the Dav's Hope and Jameson Crash Site to collect materials. And today I want to do some planet exploration on the beta side off of our fleet carrier. And so check that out, because we can collect raw materials and we can shoot stingers and skimmers. As long as you have cover, it's pretty much ducks in a barrel, because they can't shoot back at you if they can't get a lock on the bottom of your SRV. And see, we try to set it up to where only the turrets are sticking over the dunes. The dune are the rocks. So, yep, that's pretty neat. You need to watch that. We look at risk versus reward. To me, NPCs and real players, like an open, the risk is too high. I'm a trader, explorer, not combat, so that risk is way too high. Stinger skimmers, oh yeah, you can do that. And like Guardian Sentinels, they're not as bad as long as your ship has a point defense module in the utilities that take care of the missiles for you while you're in the SRV. So the SRV is a lot of fun. So if you don't have the Horizon DLC, you need to get that. So you can land on planets and run around in an SRV. So we'll do that today too. So make sure you watch that video. Watch for surface mining. Go to my YouTube channel, and in the search of my channel, put in surface mining, because that's what I call it when I'm on a planetary surface. So go there and watch those. I got plenty of them, but we'll do one today too, off of the carrier, so it'll be next to the carrier. The carriers orbit a planet, or it orbits the star, but it has to be a main body. It can be a moon, but it's really neat that you can have your carrier next to the places you mine, like asteroid mining, because you can buy your limpets from your carrier, and you can deposit your cargo that you mine back onto the carrier, and then you can put it in the commodities market and even sell those. My carrier is RG-FC. It's the RGFC, and I have it set to open, so if you're in open play or private or solo, you can access my fleet carrier here in beta. It's just left. I have to be going fast. I don't like to near the stations, but
Docking request granted.
there is ships that follow me around the galaxy trying to beat me to the request. And I know it's that obstacle course mentality that they've written into the game. So what I'll do is just hover over the dock when they do that. Now I'm in solo, it's just NPCs, but I'll hover over the dock and make them go through me. And my shields are more than good enough. but I hope that their shields might not be as good. So it's like, at least there's a cost for trying to aggravate me.
Landing gear deployed.
They do it on purpose. They have to, because they try to beat me every time. And now, since I've been coming in hot, they don't beat me as much, but they still do. So it's like, how fast do I have to go?
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay, we made it to 9.25, and the next video will be when we get closer to 9.3. There is a chance that we don't go over, and that's fine. It's just needs to be close to the 50 million increment that we do a video. I'm trying to do more videos, so we're doing the same thing because there's so much content. Like last year, there was no new content, and yeah, I did a lot of different things. But there's so much interest this year because of fleet carriers. And they're steep. You've got to prime time grind all the time. So make sure you do that if you want to purchase a fleet carrier in June or use it in the May beta, because they take a snapshot of your live about 2 weeks before the beta. So you can't grind right now and get into the beta. No, it doesn't work like that. So you might be able to get into the May beta if you're grinding now. That's why I added the 3 ships to the live, not to the beta, because what you make in beta stays in beta, and so you lose that. So I set them up in live, so I don't have to recreate them in beta in May, or that's the hope. I have collected all of the modules now, so if you've watched the last few videos, I need to transfer the shield boosters from another station into Babbage. So the next time we're at Babbage, we'll pull those over and add those to the ships. At some point, we're going to run around and to the engineers and pin their blueprints so we can do it remotely. Mod all those modules like we did with the hull. We were able to upgrade our hull only to grade 1. Eventually I'll get to an engineer that does grade 5 hull. That would be nice. So we need to do more engineer unlocking. So, but what I'm trying to say is check out all my videos. They cover about everything. So until next time, thank you for watching.